Hello there. Surprise! Yeah, I'm surprised too. I didn't think we'd actually be here, but everyone's busy. Everyone's doing stuff for life, and that's understandable. So I just want to squeeze in a little bitty show at least to keep us in mind because next weekend we might all not be here. So I just want to keep you guys abreasted. So since my other partners are not available today, I have brought to you the guest, the number one guest of all time. Are you ready? Stand by for the missus. There she is, Miss America. Hello, Mr. Smith. Hello, Mrs. How are you? Coming
Hi
live from the
there.
coming live from the east wing of our lovely abode. Hang on one second. Now, to start off our wonderful show, I gotta push the button. Just so you know, I don't want to surprise you. I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you running off anywhere or getting that
I'm ready.
delightful sunniness. Okay, be prepared.
Push the
Here
button!
goes.
The button!
You know the funny part is you were not mic'd. Your mic was live and mine wasn't. But it's okay. All right, so here we are with another live show. Hang on one second. I'm only blocked here. Today is July 2nd. So what we're going to talk about today is finally, because people have been asking, finally discuss Miss Marvel. And this is especially special because this is from the eyes of a non MCU fan. It's the real folks, regular folks, who can give you a really true regular folks perspective. So here we go.
Non-comic book, reader. So
Yes, exactly.
yep.
Exactly. You are the one. So let us start going. Oh, real quick, if you're on Facebook, if you lose you, we're on YouTube. So just jump over. It's no problem. Okay. So talk to me. Tell me how you thought. How did you like Miss Marvel?
This was the how I liked the last episode 4.
Well, we'll start there and then we'll start overall because most folks who don't have the preconception based upon the comic books have a wider view. So, your view so far?
Okay. Do we need any spoilers, really?
We're not there, but I do like the pretty spoiler music, so I will play it for you.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds so pretty. Okay, now go ahead, hit us with us. Hit us with it. What do you think?
Very, very interesting episode. I absolutely loved where it took place.
Mm-hmm.
So it took place in Karachi. Um,
Karachi. Yes. Go ahead.
Karachi. Very interesting. And, at first when it came on, I don't know how amazing. Um, I don't know how she got to convince her mom to go to Karachi, over
Mm-hmm.
to with her grandmother. So
Exactly.
I really
That's
wanted to
exactly.
hear that and to see what happened. So I don't know if you're
Yeah.
going to
All of a
explain.
sudden you show up on the airplane like, huh?
Yeah, that is odd only because the mom is so reluctant
Yeah.
about anything great grandmother, and then
Yeah.
the stuff that the grandmother says. Sometimes she's not like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
She ain't there.
yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know how in the world she convinced her mom to get on that, to go. But nonetheless,
Right.
they're on their way, and I think that I think I think the mom knows that she wants to go. She just doesn't know why. Like she understands that there's a pull there, but she doesn't understand why. So I think she's going
Ah,
along with it. I
good point,
think so.
Miss Smith. Good point. Good point, Mrs. Smith. I agree. Back and forth each time of year. So you think it was easy? Well, I think easy for her to go back and forth. So tell me what you thought of that episode. What overall the whole episode? Because now they meet somebody that can give them a little bit of a
Well,
fight.
she knows a little bit more about what's going on,
Mm.
and a bit of a surprise for her because she thought one thing and then boom, they tried to kill her, and now she understands. Oh my gosh, now I understand what's going on. So that's good. I love that they also gave her a mini training session. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool for her.
The Red
Um, you know,
Dragons. Yeah.
yeah. So just some direction, right? Just to give her a little bit of direction. Um, going from there, she also has the full backing of her grandmother, which is fantastic. But the grandmother doesn't know anything, unfortunately. But yeah,
You're
but
right.
it,
She may not
it
know about the details. Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
the
she
details.
knows that
The
she
Red Daggers.
has
Exactly.
something to do, and yeah, the red daggers, love them. I really am sorry to see that the one that was giving her some tips and stuff, uh, they killed him off. But this one's going to be, integral, hopefully, to her, to what's going to happen in the next couple of episodes.
It's another boyfriend that Bruno has to defeat.
Poor Bruno. Poor
But we don't
Bruno.
talk.
He was like,
We don't
yeah.
talk about Bruno.
Well, she doesn't talk about Bruno, but
Yeah, she oblivious.
so we'll see. But and then you never know. Maybe the other guy also will come over. I can't remember his name. The other one too. The son.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, yes.
the
I'm quite
Jin's
sure
son.
he's gonna come somewhere into this. Yeah, I don't have a picture of him, but yes, I think he'll
Yeah.
come back into play.
I think so. I think so. And he's probably going to help her because he was abandoned by his mom. His mom said, "See ya."
Unless he's a scroll, maybe. But okay, I can see that. I love the scrolls. Okay, so they fight. They kill the main guy. They take off, and they do what I call a James Bond chase through town. Those of you familiar with the movie Octopussy, will notice that it seemed familiar the way they were going back and forth, up and down. And she's gotten a little tough there since putting on a bracelet back in the first episode.
Well, she did get that training. So, she feels a lot more confident. I think a lot
Yeah,
more uh, armed with a lot more knowledge. I mean, she still during the chase, she was like, I don't know what to do. The guy's like, do something. And she's like, I don't know what to do. So, I think it'll come to her. I mean, she did, kind of save a little bit, a piece. So, and again, she's a kid. She's a kid that, all she does is draw and make up really, really cool cartoons.
yes,
So yeah, so she's still a kid that dreamed of being a superhero, and now people are after her, trying to kill her.
okay. So the chase to the. So what happens at the end of the episode? Tell us at the end of the episode because we're curious.
Oh, Kamaran, yes, she's right. Yes, the guy's name is Kamaran.
Oh, the guy from the Red Dragons.
No,
Daggers.
no,
Red Daggers. Daggers.
Cameron is the son. Is the son.
is the
Uh
son,
oh. Oh, who's
the
that?
king's son,
Okay, yes,
my
that's true.
consultant,
Your consultant,
my consultant.
all the way to Thor's hammer. Good job. Yes. So he got arrested last time we saw, but then they all escaped. Do you think? Well, yeah, they were on their way to Karachi to fight with her. What do you think of the ending of that episode?
Of the episode.
Yeah, they fight. The dagger gets stabbed into the bracelet, and this big light
And
show
she
goes
is
out.
in the end. I think that ending was incredible. It gave me goosebumps because yeah. I mean, it'll never explain the magnitude of all the people that were affected by the partition.
Okay.
Um, so it
Well,
is,
you saw it. You saw it happening.
yeah, you saw it, but I still, I think that's a glimpse, just a little glimpse.
Well, yeah, no matter how they portray it on TV, something that a historic moment, it's never as big as the moment itself.
Right.
So we're watching Titanic in '97, whatever. Yeah, the ship goes down, but it's a bigger moment when you're there and into it. So,
Right.
and so this situation is even bigger than that, and
Right.
she's apparently there now. Is this a? Do you think it's a hallucination? Do you think this is a mirage telling a story that she's watching, or do you think she's there?
Um, there's a part of me that thinks that this is an experience she's going through. She's not. I don't think she time traveled. I think. Well, and she could have, but to me, it's more like an experience, something she has to pick up in order to understand what her next move is.
Okay, so this is a history lesson for her. You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I know. She wasn't teleported. She wasn't teleported back in time because people weren't looking at her and acknowledging her.
Okay, you see, Miss Smith here. I agree with her 100%. This is what I think as well. I think she's the one that creates the road of
The
stars
stars.
and
Oh,
saves her
for the
grandmother.
grandmother.
And maybe the grandmother recognizes her now, and that's why she's like, "You have to put on the, you have to put, my best accent. You have to put it on. You have to come here. You saw the train. You saw the train." I think she's, I think she's trying to help herself by helping her. Now she's back there. I truly think she's there. I think she's there.
Yeah.
I think she's in the middle of it, and I think she saves her family.
So this is like a loop that she's going
Yes,
through. Like she's.
I think
okay.
she's the one that saves her family. Yeah, she helps her family get on the train, and helps them get to where they need to go.
Helps her lineage.
Right, because as in Marvel and any movie, everything else, something happens for a reason. She's
Right.
there for a reason. Now, let's see. I think there's 2 episodes left. So she defeats these bad guys. Does she defeat them there or here? Who knows? I don't think they're there. Well, maybe. I don't know. But she's there the night that they all leave, and she's going to be the one to save her family. I truly believe that's what's going to happen. And she may save other people as well. It may not just be the grandmother. It could be a lot of people. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens coming up. But I think she's there for a reason. It's not. I don't think it's an imagination. I think she's been transported.
That
Now.
she's actually there. Do you think that they'll explain where the bracelet that she has came from?
Yes, but not in that episode. I don't think they'll explain it just quite yet. Who knows? She might find it again and have 2 bracelets.
Well, no, that bracelet is the one that she has. The one that the great grandmother found. But I know that there's another one. But I mean, do you think that they'll explain where that bracelet came from? Like the blue hand that was.
Oh well, the blue hand. Yes, George. She's there to save. She's Gregory. She's there to save her grandmother, I think. And I think it's linked to Shang-Chi. Yeah, I think it's linked somehow. I don't think it's part of Shang-Chi's bracelet, but it's part of the whole thing. If that makes any sense. The blue hand. The blue hand was familiar with Agents of Shield. If those of you who watch AOS, Agents of Shield, it's the Kree. It's the Kree. The Kree are notorious for experimenting in humans and so forth. So it's very well likely that they created the bracelet or they know of how it's created, and there may be another one under all that rubble, and maybe she finds another one. I think if they do this right, they could tie this into Inhumans and still make her an Inhuman, but it's going to be really strange if they don't, because that's what in the comic books she truly is. Now, the Inhumans were an experiment made by the Kree, and they were able to activate powers to use them in wars that they were fighting. So it's very possible, even though you're in the same family, you may not have the gene that gets activated, and so on and so forth. So I think she is obviously destined for something more. I don't know if it's a fan art or a fan movie, but there was a trailer I saw where she's in her room at home and turns around and Captain Marvel's there. But the other Captain Marvel. But who's to say if that's a true thing or not?
I don't. I think it's a fan made trailer, the one that you were watching. However, I have hope that
Hmm.
she will appear, either her or ugh, no, I can't remember her name.
Ted
Rembo?
Remlo?
No, the one that
Ted Carol.
the other Marvel, not Carol Danvers. No, the other one, the friend's
Oh, you're talking
daughter.
about Oh, that Rambo.
Rambo?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
it's Monica Rambo.
Monica. I couldn't remember. So
There's a possibility, but there's no connection with her. She doesn't know who she is, so I don't think she would show up. It just wouldn't make sense for her to show up. And if she did it, I don't think she'd be in the spotlight. It's always been Captain Marvel. That's her thing. That's her go back. That's her, you know, her moment, her aha moment.
that's true.
If you remember in Shazam, you remember in Shazam, correct? At the end of Shazam, when he's having lunch with the friends, with the family, and Superman walks in. For those of you who have seen it, it actually was It actually was Henry Cavill. It's just that he had a mustache on, and they couldn't. If they wiped it out, it would look horrible. So they didn't. But that was actually Superman that walked in. So it could be a moment like that where she's at the end of it, and she's like, but I don't know what she'd have for her. So I don't think it's that. I think it was just fan art. But I think she could show up, very well show up, because she could have been called by the bracelet.
That'd be great.
Because remember in the end of Sanchi with Wong, they found that there's a signal in the bracelet, so they're not sure who it belongs to. So it could belong to the Kree, or it may not. The only problem with that is those bracelets are thousands of years old. So whoever is trying to call, they're not listening, or they're too far away.
Do you want to say it?
Wait, what if the 10 rings, bro? What if the 10 rings are like pieces of the one bracelet missing?
I understand what you're saying, and that's a good point. The only thing with that is that the 10 rings it's a large. They're very big, and then they were separated. And then although individual rings are in themselves individual, so I don't think that they would be fused together to make one ring. So I think they're from the same people. So it's got to be Kree, and I think that's what made it up. Now, Shang-Chi and Wong and all those guys, they don't know about the Kree. So it's very well likely that it is the Kree that created it. But it's a good question.
That's true. Good point.
But it is, to me, since this is the next level, next phase of Marvel, it is connected because it's all connected. Good question.
Very cool. Yeah. So the episode itself was, very interesting. We learned a lot more of what where the or a lot more of the great grandmother from the great grandmother and these individuals. Um, I still think that what's still up in the air is what is this girl's purpose. What is she supposed to do? What is she meant to do?
Well, the grandmother sent the bangle, as they call it. Was it addressed to her? I can't remember if it was addressed to her or it was just sent to the home. But I do think she sent it because she knew she had to. I can only think that she's meant to go back and save them. That's the only thing I can think of. And then once she goes back to save them, maybe the mother, because maybe the mother knows of this, and has been afraid to have her mixed with the aunt, the grandmother. So, because she thinks she sent it to her. I'm sorry, hang on a second. She sent it to her because I think the grandmother, is it the grandmother? I don't know why I keep mixing it up, but the grandmother knows she's part of the whole bit. Without her, it's, yeah, exactly. Without her, they don't make it off. They don't make it out of. They don't make it to Karachi without her.
Without her,
So,
yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
she does save them, or at least them from that point going forward, because the father was there and I think the aunt were gone. So she's the family hero, and you got to. It's got to be that. It's got to be that. There's no other reason why she'd be there, and I think she is there.
Who?
Kamala, I think there for a reason. I think she's there.
Oh, you think she's there in Karachi?
Yeah, and I think she's
Well,
still
no,
fighting the.
back in time.
And Tracy, I think she's still fighting the clandestine there, and I think somewhere she's going to run into one of the red daggers. I think to help her. But again, when she got on top of that train, you saw all that there. You know it was twice as much, three times as much, more people that was involved
It's
in
just
that,
a sea of people, and
and that was the last train out. That was it. So either she stays there for to get them on that train and then disappears or comes back, or she saves everybody, including the clandestine, and she comes back. I don't know. It's hard to say because you still got one more show left after that. So
yeah.
I can't wait to see it. This Wednesday can't get here fast enough.
Yes, it's very interesting. I do look forward to it. So it's very cool, and it just has the right mix of uh, the action and the the storytelling, and also the little keeping it keeping her at 15, which is great. Because she's
Well,
not.
that's the best part of it. To me, is because this is uh, a a kid, a teenager.
Yeah.
Someone. Best part to me is the guy who. Girl, you ain't lying. I done dodged a couple belts in my life. Definitely, definitely. Yes, it has been. And that's really weird that because we watched WandaVision, we watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we watched Moon Knight, love Moon Knight, and those shows were adult. They had adult themes, they had adult action. This show has adult action and even themes, but okay. I hang on. I'm sorry. I got to show you what he said. Way better than Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye had his place, but again, Hawkeye's a known ascent, so we already have our preconceptions of him. While she is totally, totally new, and we have
Brand new,
no
yeah.
idea what the story that they're going to tell for her. I think that because she's 15, it does make it a different show. You're now looking at a teenager who could be the same one that's upstairs eating my food in my house.
Oh,
So yeah, right? Can you imagine? So you could, it's nice to see a little difference and change. It's nice to see a little something different. It truly is because you can't. You can always anticipate in the adult shows what's going to happen because you cannot anticipate what's going to happen in a teenager. Right, but this show is up there as top. It is, and the weird thing is, when you look at the initial numbers, it's down compared to Hawkeye. It's down a lot because Hawkeye was 1,500,000, and this one's like around 800,000. But in the younger crowd, it's up there. It's up there. So that could jump back in at any minute to be one of the best watch shows, mostly watch shows, because of the fact that people are going back into it. You have your diehards who want action and want the way it is in the books. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of those that likes conformity to the rules of the comic books. But this show has been surprisingly pretty decent. She's a great actress. This girl has it down packed. And I've seen interviews with her, and she knows her Marvel stuff. She knows it left. Man, she knows it. So for her, this has got to be more than a dream come true.
that's really cool. That's really really cool, and I think she's gonna have a ton of followers because her character is being developed in these 6 episodes. I think the other superhero that we saw that was also a teenager was America,
America.
America.
Yeah.
But America just had, that little piece in, a little bit in Doctor Strange, and half of the time she was being chased. So, we didn't really find out too much about her. I mean, we found out where she came from and how she, you jumped,
Right.
and how she came into her powers, but and why she was afraid of them. But we there's still so much to explore for America.
Right.
So
And by the end of the movie, she was more confident and she was able to control them a lot. But she will get to that point. And if you notice that there's a lot of young people or interesting people in this next set of shows. I don't know how Moon Knight's going to play into this because he's not an ensemble kind of guy. I have no idea what will happen with the older Avengers. We have no clue how they would take her or how they would go on. Doctor Strange, will Doctor Strange be the leader of this group?
I know.
I could have sworn he would have ended up with the girlfriend, but that's just me, I guess.
With Christine?
Yeah, I thought I saw it writing on the wall, but I guess not. And he would have ended with the one from 836, but she said that she can't move to his realm because then that creates an incursion. Might link him with Blade and the Black Knight. Well, those guys are what you would consider. They're under the title Midnight Suns, or Marvel Suns, or Marvel Midnight, whatever. They're the dark guys. They're the guys. Well, like a better word, they're the guys that handle the occult and they handle the witches and warlocks and demons and all that. But you never know. They can still tie them all together. They probably end up with Morbius somehow. But that's probably where they're going to end up. But in the end, Doctor Strange, Christine came and realized there was an incursion. Charlize, yeah, her name is Cleo, and in the comic books, Doctor Strange does end up marrying Cleo, and they become happily, as do in the comic books, become together. He's been a part of it. Yeah, Strange has been everywhere. Strange has been in almost every group. He's mixed with everybody. I got a couple of books where he's with the X-Men, and so he's been pretty much everywhere. He's your occult guy when you have something questionable. Now I think he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme. I think it's Dr. Voodoo now. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, which is another hard book to find. This is interesting. I wonder how they're going to go forward with it because right now it's just little strings here and there. Who knows how this could turn out because they're doing it pretty well and keeping it under cuff. I think they're going to have two kind of separate groups. I think they're going to have your dark stuff, Blade, Venom, Punisher, and then you'll have your lighter stuff, which will be the quote unquote not really Avengers kind of people. So it's hard to see that how they're going to go. I don't know what's next. I think Thor is just. I don't think Thor is really mixed into anything or anybody just yet. I think they're closing that story out. They may keep him around because he does attract money. It's a money grab with him, but I don't know how that ties into everything else. Because the Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out, and that's their last movie. So
yeah,
it's hard to say what's going to happen next because we don't have that same template because it doesn't respond to the same template before. So who's to say what? Did I hear the rumor? Yes, and I've seen actual artwork drawn up for him. And I've seen there's some, you got some little leaks here and there. The thing about Namor is, my understanding is, and I could be wrong because maybe I heard wrong, he's not Atlantean. And I don't know how or why they didn't do him from Atlantis. More likely they're trying to stay away from that mess over at DC. And I don't blame them. I don't want nothing to do with that. Because, my dog stepped on a bee. Oh, that kind of the weird thing. So I think they're probably trying to stay away with it. So the rumor has it is that he is from, you like that, right? He is from, and help me if I say this wrong, Mama. He's Aztec. Did I say that right?
yes.
Yes. So he's somewhere. So he's part of the Aztec culture from Mexico, and I think that's how they're going to do it, which is cool because now it's a take that nobody knows how it's going to play out. And it can also be, if they don't do it right, it can look really ugly. Meaning that if it doesn't flow well, it could be really bad. because
Right.
technically, until Apocalypse came along, technically he was considered the first mutant. So I don't know how they're going to play this out. It's going to be really interesting because remember in Endgame, was it? Yeah, it's pretty interesting because it's going to be weird. My first thought is ew, but hey, more culture, more, it makes it more fun. So throw some more in there. Why not? I don't know how they're kind of explain them because in Endgame, I think it was Endgame or Infinity War, one of the two. I think it was Endgame. Wakanda responded to a undersea earthquake, and it's thought that that's Namor and Atlantis. But since he's not coming from Atlantis, who's to say? Who is to say?
Let's see what happens. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Then I heard that Doctor Strange was, Doctor Strange, excuse me, Doctor Doom was cast, but I can't find any guarantee on that. And no, Howard Stern is not Doctor Doom. Let me see if I got any
Stern.
news. I'm just telling you how they plays out. Let me see if I got some news for you guys. And of course, that means Marvel News. Okay, it was supposed to be music there. I don't know why there's no music there, but we'll figure it out later.
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that before.
No, it's because, we screwed up and never played it before.
Oh,
But I'll show it to you.
that's pretty cool.
It's supposed to have like
like
a
it.
Thanos effects. Yes,
I like it.
without stealing directly from Marvel. So please don't tell nobody. Let's see. Beetlejuice 2 is in early development with Winona Ryder coming back. Of course, off of her hot Stranger Things, which I'm still waiting to see. I'm sorry. I'm still waiting to see. There was supposed to be a rumor that there was a trailer being released for the NBA Finals for Wakanda 2 or Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. No, I don't think it was there. You got something growing on your back.
You said you didn't watch Stranger Things.
No, I didn't say that at all. Marvel Studios' Ironheart is Disney Plus series has begun filming. So, Ironheart is the person that's taking over Mr. Stark. There you go. Yeah, right. I don't feel so good. I don't want to go. He made those lines those lines he improvised. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Thunderbolts are officially coming to MCU. More details to follow. A picture of my son as a little kid. Hang on. This one. and tell me, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this picture, but tell me. Bam! You know who that is?
It didn't come up.
It didn't come up.
No,
No picture.
no.
Oh no! Why didn't it come up? I'm sorry. Well, there was supposed to be a picture of Vincent D'Onofrio working out in the gym because he's coming back as the Kingpin for the Echo series, which means one, he didn't die at the end of Hawkeye, which he's very hard to kill. The Kingpin's very hard to kill, and two, he's going to be built. So, which is good because that's what the Kingpin was. He's really built too. Christian Ritter is reports and talks with Marvel to return to Jessica Jones, which means the next person coming up would probably be Luke Cage.
Yes.
So Luke Cage, if you guys haven't seen Luke Cage, great show. Gotta watch it. You have to watch Luke Cage. They're gonna release soon because I think Disney's 23 is in end of July, I believe. So there'll be some more stuff coming out there with a lot of more stuff there.
My Lord, how awesome.
Pictures of the kitties. And then Spider-Man No Way Home is coming to Netflix on July 13th. So, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you miss it, you are missing out. You're probably saying, why is it on Netflix and not on Disney Plus? Remember, Disney and Marvel don't own the broadcasting rights for Spider-Man. It belongs to Sony. So Sony can put whomever or wherever they want to do it. The chances are the more money they got was probably from Netflix to do that. Will that make a huge difference? It probably will because I think for the first month it probably will rake in a lot of new people signing up for that. And those are the quick news of Marvel news that I have right now. Brought to you by Brought to you by a lady over there. She helped me out and sent me some tunes. So that will definitely be there. We watched Doctor Strange Part 2, or Doctor Strange 2, and
It's on
I'm
Disney Plus, right?
it's on Disney Plus. Yes, so you're gonna have to do it or borrow somebody else's. I didn't catch anything new I didn't see before, but I gotta watch it again to double check. I'm quite sure there's stuff in the background that you would see, including like how she easily went through the Illuminati, like they were a Boy Scout troop. What else? What else? Yes, I think it was the last of it. I'm not sure which one will be on Disney Plus next. I'm not sure who's coming up next to be in there, but
I
I'm
thought it
hoping
was
that.
She-Hulk.
Oh yes, well, yes, that's in August, on August 17th, which is the same day the kids go to school. So I guess I might have to take that day off. I suggest
Oh,
you take it off too.
I probably will, because I'll definitely do that for my kid's first day of school.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Some,
yeah,
some to school, and then
some
gonna
She-Hulk.
have to wait. Exactly. So that should be interesting to see that come up. What row? Somebody disappeared. They pushed the wrong button. Hang on one second. Yay, She-Hulk. Yeah, so definitely want to take a look at that. Hang on, I don't know where my sidekick went. So I think the best. I think She-Hulk's going to be pretty interesting. They're talking about her being a lawyer for superpowered people, which should be pretty interesting. I'm dying to see how they do the whole accident and transfusion and so on and so forth. So we'll see how it goes. I know, where'd she go? I don't know. I don't know where she went, man. It's scary me. That might be technical difficulties, and we'll definitely try to reestablish connection, and we'll see what happens.
Should go down a bit.
In a bit, does she need a connection sent to her, or she's good? She does or she doesn't? Okay. All right, perfect. So that was the runner from the west wing of the house who ran all the way over to from the east wing all ran all the way to the west wing to let me know that she's coming back. So we'll wait for her to come back a second or two. Let's see. Some folks want to know what my favorite program is so far from the MCU. Now, I divide those into movies and I divide those into shows. Does the show affect the movie or does the movie affect the show? It could be either way. It all depends upon, I guess, what story they're trying to tell. Having said that, my favorite movies are, and in no particular order, the following: Captain America: The First Avenger. There we go. Captain Marvel, Wakanda, or Black Panther, excuse me. Then I truly enjoy the Avengers movies, of course, and then Black Widow wasn't bad. It was kind of funny, and I like funny, and I enjoy something you hadn't seen before. But I definitely like Captain America. It was definitely one of my favorites. Captain Marvel was very impressive to me, and of course, Black Panther. You just can't escape that. That was truly, truly lovely, and I don't know how they're going to top that. No clue. MCU wise, I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I extremely like that. I like those shows that you have to kind of think through a little bit, and there was a lot of work in the background for that. And even though that show took a little bit of a weird turn, they had to cut a major piece out of that show. So that's why it looked a little kind of like something was missing, or maybe here and there. But they took a huge piece out of that because of the pandemic. So I think for what was left, I think was pretty decent. They're very decent. I enjoy that Bucky doesn't get to walk away from his situation unscathed. That he still has his cross to bear, and he still needs to, as Sam says, do the work. And you felt for him when he's telling this guy how his son died and why he died, and it's sad. And I wonder what happened to the relationship afterwards. Probably not very good, but I think that was a very pivotal moment. And I think you have to acknowledge that. I think it was a great show. And of course, Miss Marvel for the unique tone. Oh, someone's back!
Hi
Hooray!
there. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my computer. Just
Yep, you
I
hit
just
that.
heard it.
You hit that. Yeah, you hit that, that off button. That's probably why. I was just going over the shows and the movies that I like and why. And I had mentioned that I enjoyed the Falcon and the Winter Soldier for the struggles that Bucky had to do, and that he didn't just get off easy because being a hero. He had to face his demons, and he had to, as Sam said, do the talk, do the walk, do the talk, do the walk. And I think that was a very moving show.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a very do
the work. Sorry, do the work.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say it was a dark show because it wasn't dark to me. It was more like very heart. Like you said, Bucky had to deal with his demons, and then
And so did Sam.
Right. So did Sam, but and then it brought also real life, what was happening in real life at that moment. Also, so that was what a great mix. I don't know who wrote that, but they're a genius. But a great mix of what was happening in real life, and then bring these guys together, and still made it a really enjoyable and at parts funny show, because I thought that was great. Their friendship and how it continues to evolve is incredible.
Yeah, don't flirt with my sister.
The what?
Don't flirt with my sister. When we get done, I really liked when he said. I think my favorite or deepest moment in that movie. Well, there's two. And of course, one when Bucky's telling the old guy what happened to his son. That was really, really strong. But he had to do it. He had to do, as Sam said, do the work. He had to do the work. The other part was when Bucky and Sam were in the therapy, and they're going back and forth. And he says, I think this might have been afterwards, but he says to him, Steve gave you that shield for a reason, and if he made a mistake with you, then what does that mean about me? And so that's to Sam why that shield was so important. He just gave it away. And he's like, well, I didn't just give it away. They wouldn't let me have that eventually. So, but I think when they ran into, what is his name? The old guy in Baltimore. I can't think of his name. It escapes me. If anyone remembers his name, let me know, because my memory is Swiss cheese. When they run into him and he talks about what happened to him, I think Sam realized how important it would be for him to do that, to keep that shield. Oh my God, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can see it. Is it Elias? No, not Elias. Oh man, I can't sleep now.
I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, if anyone remembers his name, please let me know. But I think that he realized that he needed to get that shield back, and then so he did. And Bucky was, if he's, like I said, if he gave it to you and Aaron, then he's wrong. Then what does that mean about me? But Steve wasn't wrong. So, and I think by the end of the show, you see him, like you said, the friendship developing and how they're going on and going from there. And the dynamic between the two of them should be complete. Isaiah, I knew that name was, so I couldn't remember that name. Yes, Isaiah Bradley. And I think, and then of course Sam getting him his own special section. I think I was going to cry.
It was very emotional.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Very emotional, and I had great closure. And then, of course, the potential of, this needs to continue. The story needs to continue.
Yeah.
So that'll be.
It'd be great to see him on his own missions and see what happened. How to do his own thing. It should be interesting. Yeah. I don't know where they go from here. I mean, I don't know if they just slide into the movie or what they do.
I don't know, but I mean, I would consider them as the senior people in in the group with whoever it is that they get together with. Now, was it me or was it you, did Bucky seem to have something with that Doma Milaje lady? I can't remember her name. I don't remember her name, but she showed up, and he's like,
talking to him like left and right. I don't know. I think she was sweet with him. I think he was sweet on her. Of course, he helped her break the programming, but I think he was a little sweet on her. That's just me.
I
I
think it's
calls
just
it like I see
you.
it. I calls it like I see it.
I think it's just you. They're very disciplined women.
Yes, they are. I totally agree.
That what?
I totally agree. Anyway,
No. I don't think anything happened.
I
Maybe
don't
Bucky
know.
tried and she shot him down. I see that
He ripped off his
happening.
arm again. If her, if she were in
That was
charge of, yeah, like, but why would you not think she couldn't do that? I mean, that's just, I think the shock of it was surprising to him. That's why I can't wait to see them. Ah, man, I can't wait to see them. I think they were attached. She helped him break that programming. It's,
they probably got close. I mean,
oh yeah,
not like that.
like what?
That. Um,
Okay,
but
even now.
that was a great show. That was a great show. So were
I
you
can't
talking
wait.
about that? That was your favorite so far
That's
series?
it's one of the best shows. WandaVision was interesting. You got Wakanda fever. You got Wakanda fever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Maybe,
saying.
yeah. I see that happening. They're all gorgeous, so
Yes, they are, and they're charged with protecting the king. So
yeah.
in the comic books, that's where he's supposed to pick his queen from. Is from the Dora Milaje, but obviously,
Really?
yeah, they're trained with him, and then he picks the best one to be his consort.
Are you telling me that then the mama
Yeah, that's right.
is a fighter?
And yeah, Angela kicks some butt. Yeah, she can. She would be able to.
Oh, I would have loved to seen her kick some behind. She is
Wouldn't that be great? That would have been
fantastic.
great. That would have been great. Not bad for a 70-year-old lady, huh?
No, she's in great shape.
She is.
She produces a show on Fox.
911 or something. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a police officer, like a captain.
Let me
Is
see
she
if
a
I can find
captain?
that.
I don't know, but she's out there in the streets and she's fantastic.
Angela Bassett.
Yeah, so she's in great shape. 70. Angela Bassett's not 70.
Angela Bassett was born in August 16th, 1958. So that makes her 11 years. I can carry the one. Okay, so she's 60. She'll be 64 this year. Yeah, 911. It's called 911.
911, right?
Yep.
So
No, I'm
she
sorry. I
looks
take it back. Well, 911 Lone Star. There's like two shows here. I don't know.
I think Lone Star is the one where Rob Lowe is on.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
Yeah,
she's on. Okay, that's their version of. Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
Chicago Med and Life and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like another one, yeah, a
Man, she's
spin-off.
done a lot of things. Huh? Yeah. So she's over that.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great to see her kick some butt. So,
Yeah. Right.
here's hoping that on Wakanda or Black Panther 2 that
Part
we'll see
two.
her kicking butt in Wakanda. So let's see.
Yeah, you never
Or
know.
in LA,
Oakland. Yeah.
right? Because they ended up they were helping people in Oakland, right?
Oakland. Yeah. Yeah, you never know. Never know.
No.
And I mentioned that that I really do enjoy Marvel Girl. Miss Marvel. I think it's. I think the concept from the teenager's point of view is really pretty neat, pretty unique. And I love
Well,
the art. I love the
yeah.
side stuff you see on the side, and the little drawings and the talking and the stuff on the side. To me, it's 15, it's 16-year old, it's a kid, and that's what she is.
She's a kid. So, which is funky because I don't know how you were feeling about um that particular how what kind of power she had and how she came about them, because I know that you were mentioning that that's very, very different. It's a huge departure from the
Yes.
comic book. So I
Yes.
didn't know if you were going to enjoy this that twist or not here.
Unlike some people who will be mentioned, he who will not be named.
Well, because you do have fans that would prefer that the comic be followed.
He
I mean, I completely understand that.
he's not in the drama. That's the problem. He's in the drama. So when it's the story, he's like, oh, it's the story.
But
I
don't you
think
read comic books for the story?
there's stories in them. Yes, they do. I think
Right? This
he'll like the action scenes. He'll like that, and I think it's just enough. It's just pretty much just enough. Hopefully, this coming up. The next two episodes will be good, because I think November or later this year it's the big Marvel movie. So and she's got to be in it. So they can blow this.
yes.
They can show these episodes anytime they want to, as long as it was before that movie came out. So once the movie's out now, that had to be done. I'm
Yeah.
trying to see if there's a date on the movies here. Hold on one second.
I didn't know the movie was coming out so early. I thought it was next year, so it's this year?
The Marvels. I think
The
they moved it back to
Marvels?
next year. Yeah, it's slated to be released. I don't know. Well, there's different things here. It says here November of 2022. So if we
Oh.
stick by that,
Uh-huh.
it's then. So we'll see.
Oh,
We'll
how
see how that
cool.
goes.
Okay, I didn't know it was that early. That's really cool.
It could be moved back again too. You never know. It all depends. It all depends on what their plan is, and I guess we'll find out more come Disney 23 or
Okay,
D 23
awesome.
as
So
they
in
say.
Disney 23, we should have
We should have more
Marvel info.
official, right? More official stuff. Hang on, let me see if I can find it on
So
Exposed.
I was, as you know, because you heard me listening to playbacks on YouTube of Star Wars Celebration
Uh huh.
that Disney has, hopefully now back to a yearly basis. Do you
Hmm.
think that Marvel will have something like that?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
I mean, that would
Remember,
be fantastic.
because remember, Disney 2023 is everybody.
Yeah, Disney
If you're,
23 is everybody, but I
it's
mean
everybody.
something just Marvel, because the Star
Yeah.
Wars Celebration was just Star Wars. It
Yeah.
was fantastic, and it had everything Star Wars. The movies, the TV series, the
Hmm.
uh the animated series, all of that stuff.
Hmm.
So thinking forward, it would be great to have one just for Marvel. That would be so much
Oh
fun.
yeah. 68 days, 13 hours, and 3 minutes away. So that will happen, and that will be here.
What are you talking about?
Oh, according to this website, the Disney 23 Expo is in 68 days, 13 hours, and 2 minutes at
Okay.
the Anaheim Convention. That's September 9th, 10th, and 11th. So it's a
Okay.
little later
That's gonna
than
be
I thought.
fun. That's gonna be
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of fun. They're gonna make a ton of announcements there. I love it. I
it's in
love it.
Anaheim, so it's LA. So you're going to see a lot more stars showing up there.
Yep.
So of all the shows have you seen, and you can say movies as well. I'll throw the movies in as well. What is your favorite?
Oh boy.
Yeah, ain't easy, huh?
No, no, it's not easy because um they each have like so many great things.
Agreed.
Whew. I mean, if I'm gonna go with girl power, I absolutely love Captain Marvel. I think that that's really kick ass, and um, I mean, I didn't get to see all these movies when they came out at the theater because Jillian was so small. I couldn't go to the movie theaters yet. So he wouldn't sit through a movie yet. So, um, I think that when Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was going to come out, he was at an age where we could start going with him, and we did. But I wanted to see one before we saw two. And when I saw one, because I think I saw one like the week before, just to be sure that I was ready, I absolutely loved it. And I still think that that was, to me, one of the movies that I most enjoyed just watching the whole thing. The whole thing. I absolutely loved it. So Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to me was one of the most enjoyable and entertaining movies.
Good. I agree. It's not a bad movie. Great music.
I
Great soundtrack.
loved it. I loved
Great
it.
soundtrack.
And then when I saw the second one, I'm like, oh my God, this is a great story. It was just a really good story. So I really liked it. I really liked it. So
Excellent.
that's probably one of my favorite uh my favorite movies.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but in TV series, probably I have a feeling She-Hulk is going to be one of my favorites.
You think so? I
I
think.
think
I
so.
think. I think you will too.
I'm anticipating good things, and before I got disconnected, I was trying to say that I think I've been waiting for this since I was a little kid, waiting for She-Hulk. So
You think so?
yeah, yeah. I mean, the only thing that would make it complete is if somebody redoes the Bionic Woman, and
Ah.
we'll be
Well,
happy.
well, they tried that, and they were actually doing pretty well until the writers strike or something. There was a strike, and that short lived the whole show, and it got
Yeah,
killed
well, it
because of that.
wasn't too bad. I think they were getting there, but yeah, you're right. The writer's strike happened, and that was it. It didn't survive it. It was
All right,
pretty good.
I'm looking for one more bit of news before we leave you guys. Let me see if I can find it real quick, so you know who you're talking about. And I can't. Oh wait, let's do it this way. Hang on one second. Do 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 do. This is a lot of work. This is taking forever. Okay, well I'll just say it. Oh no, here it is.
Okay.
Hang on one second.
Now
Okay,
I'm
so
curious. What is it?
ha ha ha. There is a rumor. Hang on a second. Say it was a broken heart. Hold on one second. I got a bit of news. Hang on.
Awesome.
This is not confirmed, but by all means. Okay, this is probably it right here. This is probably the best one.
So this
I'm
is
looking for.
more like a cheese me.
Yes, that's an excellent way to put it. Exactly.
Okay.
For those who don't know, cheese made is gossip. And that's something we definitely have a lot of around here. Oh my God! It was one where this morning when we were taking your son to his guitar practice, and we saw an accident that like just happened. So we rolled, everyone's driving up to it, and it's like glass everywhere, stuff everywhere, and in the car, one car turned and hit the pole over here, and the other car was spun around. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Ugh.
And took pictures, of course. Hang on one second. Oh man, why is this thing taking forever? Okay, what I'm loading is a picture I'm going to show you, so you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
And there is a rumor that this gentleman, I will say gentleman, went and had high level meetings at Marvel. Okay, which means he even spoke to Feige. Don't know how long, how far, or where he is in the whole ball of wax, but he was there. Hang on one second if I can. Here we go. One second, pull it up here. Do 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 do. Okay.
Feige.
Yeah. Now, I could have you try to guess the character, but he was interviewing for, and I say the word interviewing very lightly, but no, why would this work? Why would it work? I don't know. It just doesn't work.
Can you give me another hint?
Sure. No, not that word. Hang on one second. Oh my God, I lost the picture. Did I lose the picture? Yeah, I lost the picture. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep you in suspense any longer because I don't roll like that. But basically, the gentleman that was in. Oh, hang on. Did it work? That didn't work. The Kingsman. You know the movie The Kingsman, correct?
Yes.
His name is Taron Egerton. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Really?
Yes. So apparently he had talks or was in talks or went by or had lunch or whatever you wanted to say about it or call it with Marvel for the role of Wolverine. I just said it. That was it. There you go.
Huh. You know what?
Say it. Say it.
I like him.
There you go.
I like him.
Right. Well, remember also he's one of those guys like Tom Holland who studies jumping around, popping back and forth, blah 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 blah. So
I like him. He just
It
has
could
to
be.
do the American accent.
yeah, he can do it. All English guys can. I don't know what it is. They act better than we are. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, all ages. They may be close
would
to
like him.
casting Wolverine, which means they're close to casting the rest of the X-Men. So we'll see how that goes and plays later on down the road. So I think our time is up here. We want to thank you guys for joining us wonderfully, brilliantly, wonderfully. Any last words, madam?
No, just looking forward to the next 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, and hopefully it'll be a great ending to it, and a nice anticipation to the movie.
Anticipation. Yes. Hopefully that will be great. So I want to thank my guest, lovely Mrs., who came by all the way from the East Wing, all the way this way to listen to our show and be a part of our show. I want to say, happy birthday to Mrs. Williams. She was the one that showed the video of her at Disneyland walking through, and she got to go on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So I definitely want you guys to take a look at that. And our 2 people, or 2 missing people, hopefully we'll be back soon. They're off doing stuff, and gotta make a donuts. And next week, I might have another surprise for you. We
I
shall
don't
see.
even know what it is.
I know. Well, ow, that hurt. Okay, so before I go, true believers, I want to leave you this one bit of advice. This is very important, and you must adhere to this. So whenever you're going, you always know that you were there. So here's what I want you to do. Promise me you'll do this, and we'll all have a great time. So